Today, I'm doing my first TV series. I'm talking about Star Trek Picard. Did it boldly go where no man has gone before? Or should it have found a strange new world? Welcome back to Featured Films, everybody. My name is Joe. Today we're talking about Star Trek Picard. This series stars Sir Patrick Stewart reprising his role as Jean-Luc Picard from Star Trek Next Generation. You'll know him as Charles Xavier from X-Men. He does voices in American Dad. He had a series called Blunt Talk that was hilarious. We've also got Brent Spiner returning as Data. He was in Warehouse 13, The Goldbergs, Independence Day 1 and 2. We've also got Issa Briones. She's playing the character Daj. She's mostly done theater roles. She was in Hamilton. She was also in American Crime Story, The Assassination of Gianni Versace. We have Alison Pill. She's playing the character Dr. Agnes Girardi. She's been in smaller roles and things in American Horror Story and Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. Now, returning to the series, we do have other characters from Star Trek Next Generation, popping up and making cameos. We've got Jonathan Frakes, who plays Will Riker. He's done a lot of directing work since his days on Star Trek. He's done directing work for The Orville, he did Star Trek First Contact, the movie. He did Star Trek Discovery. He's done a bunch of different episodes of things here and there. We've also got Marina Sirtis coming back, reprising her role as Deanna Troi. She's done a lot of small roles and voice work, but you may know her or recognize her voice from Young Justice, or she actually recently had a cameo on Orville where she was a teacher. Now, this one was a cameo that I was not expecting to come back until they showed it in the second or third trailer for the series. It's Jerry Ryan. She's coming back. She's playing her character 7 of 9. Again, also done a lot of smaller work. She was in Warehouse 13, Psych, Law and Order. She's done a lot of just different episodes of things. Now, I am going to talk about the opening scenes here with our main characters in this first episode to kind of get us an idea of where they're at and what's going on with this story. So if you don't want any kind of spoilers, go ahead, jump ahead. Now, we open up this series, opens up in space, traditional Star Trek style, and it pans over and we see the Enterprise D. And it goes into the captain's quarters and we see Picard and Data playing poker. Now, they're playing poker, having conversations, just kind of going back and forth, talking about Data's tells and how he doesn't actually have a tell because he's a robot, an android, and it's really interesting because it goes right back into their characters as if we've never missed anything, even though it's been 20 years. But then things get a little trippy, and suddenly Picard wakes up, and it turns out it was all a dream. And he gets up, and he has this cute pit bull named Number One, and he's living on Chateau Picard in his vineyard, and he opens up the windows, and you see out into the vineyard, and it's really beautiful. And he's got a couple live-in helpers there. He's got one that's a Vulcan and one that's a Romulan. Now, that kind of lets us know, where he's at. He's just, older and retired. He's super upset with Starfleet and doesn't agree with the choices they've made. Then we kind of end up cutting over to our new character, Daj. And we find Daj in her home having wine with her boyfriend. and they're talking about how she just got accepted into the Daystrom Institute. Now, they're just kind of having a casual conversation, and they run out of wine, and her boyfriend goes to get them more drinks, when suddenly 3 people teleport into the room and attack them. They end up killing the boyfriend, and they attack her, put up like a bag over her head, and they're trying to like handcuff her or kidnap her or something, and then she just kind of snaps and just goes and attacks them and just kicks some serious butt, and then kills these 3 people that like teleported in. They were wearing all black, had like black helmets on, so you couldn't see who they were or anything. And after she does this, she's just sitting there. She's kind of in a panic, and she has a flash, and she sees a vision of Picard's face, and then kind of cuts away from there. It's crazy because these characters are really in depth. The series is super interesting. It's not like how Next Generation was, with each episode kind of having a whole arc in itself. It is an overarching, series, similar to most modern television shows, and it's visually stunning. I love the directing. The acting is really on point. They delve really deep into, Star Trek like lore, and like they keep everything super accurate, and it's just really fascinating to see. If you're a Star Trek fan, if you are, a fan of sci-fi, or just want to watch a good TV show, this is definitely a good thing to check out. I'm super excited for finding out where everything goes. I liked this a lot more than I initially liked Star Trek Discovery. Star Trek Discovery, I wasn't quite on board with initially, and then by the end of the first season, I was on board, and I enjoyed it a lot, actually. And then second season was even better. This is much better than that. It doesn't have that same kind of slow start. It's really cool. I really enjoy it, and I'm looking forward to seeing what they're gonna do, where they're gonna go. I think there might be some interesting things going on with Seven of Nine showing back up. That there could be maybe things with Borg, or there's some other things in the series that kind of lead that there's going to be maybe some stuff going on with androids, and it's really kind of interesting to see what they're going to do. And I've always wanted to see what happened with the Federation and the Romulans and their whole conflict after that supernova, and wanted to know what happened there. I definitely recommend seeing this. It's so good. The same familiar characters, we're right back in it. Everything is incredible, and I'm excited as a Star Trek fan, a sci-fi fan, and just like a good TV fan. I'm really excited to see this show. Thank you all again for subscribing, liking, commenting, sharing. Everything that you've done has helped me out so much. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much, and you all have a great day.